welcome back to North South. A definitely prepared shoe here today. I promise I'm prepared, as I've been trying to now stream Evoland quite a few times in a row, and the last two times having been what I would say leaning towards failures due to my computer struggling heavily. Now, a very big difference between the last times is that currently this is Evoland 2. Yes, I've been playing Evoland 2, but I've been playing it through this special edition, which is Evoland 1 and 2 in one game package, so to say. But I have gone to Evoland 2 instead, as I actually own both games separately as well. I don't know when this happened, it just kind of happened at some point. I just own way too many games at this point, but still. There's a very important reason for this, and that is the special edition, a very huge gripe I have about it, doesn't have options. It does not have options, so unless you don't mind playing at maximum graphics and settings and all that at all times, because you don't have a graphics option, then the special edition is for you. If you want to be able to change those things, I prefer going and changing a few minor things instead, and that is going to be way better immediately. So yeah. Then of course, due to me now playing it on the Evoland 2, I had to catch up to where we were. That took less time because, you know, autopilot, me not reading literally everything. I also changed my name slightly. Rather than it being space 7 space, it is now space 7 space, because I realized there are 7 spaces or slots for you to put in letters. So it's more fitting to actually use all 7 for the name Shoe. I don't remember if I believe I was level 11 on the old save as well. So I'm jumping in here. And now, the big dream is that it's supposed to be working better, and I did a lot of testing. It did work better for some time, and I'm hoping it stays like that. It has some spikes, and I'm still trying to figure out where those spikes come from. But I also have these periods of calm, which I'm going to utilize. I'm going to also then have to catch up, because I have 7 stars instead of the 5 I had in the other one. One of these stars were found in the jail, as apparently before you escape the jail and somehow wander into a Colosseum, because of course those are connected back in the old days, you could just walk over to the left and find a door. You had to sneak past a bunch of guards to open said door, but you could get through the door and boom, star. The other star, I have no recollection of where I found it, because I went on pure autopilot. And the Oracle Ore is right before we got to this place, so I might actually even be able to walk down it. Ooh, now it's sped up suddenly. Am I able to walk down? Just kind of make my computer understand. No, you're going to be working with this for a while. Because, first time we got here, obviously, and tried to go anywhere, we ended up just going in loops, because ghosts kept us. Now, if we go to the right, we go nowhere. If we go to the left, on the other hand, now this is what matters. To the left, we had a chest. Had. Past tense. I found it. I had the Oracle Ore we were missing. Oh dear. Yeah, no, it's doing its best. Now here's the thing that I'm going to be clever about. Instead of me just now immediately wandering further within the game and progressing, I'm going to get that sword that is made out of Oracle Ore. I'm really disappointed by it. The spikes are very noticeable. Or rather, the moment the spikes disappear are more noticeable than actually appearing, in my opinion. But it went so well with my testing. I guess I didn't test it properly enough. Calm down. Here's to hoping that the spike ain't gonna be in the end. Oh, you want it to be more mature, audience? I can make that happen. I probably shouldn't, but I can. It's mature by me. Well, I mean, in my opinion, I say mature, but where I deem mature is already quite low for many others. I mean, have you seen these tech issues? This is not for the younger audience. They shouldn't have to see this. This horror. Yeah. Oh, right. I can't go back here. Well, I can't upgrade the sword. That's unfortunate. But it truly is interesting that the special edition doesn't have the option of having settings you can change. That is quite an oversight. How do you manage to do that? Or is it like, no, there's only one way to play our game, and that is maximum graphics. No, thank you. Oh boy. Would think that I had speed hacks installed with those spikes. I don't mind it then. It is still way better than it was before. It's the wrong way. Oh, wait. It's the right way. Yeah. Calm down, computer. I know you're doing your greatest. Back to the demon village of Demonia. Well, the demon camp. Hello? No, Dave trusts you, then so do I. Alright, it's you guys. I remember talking to you. I'm not talking to this one. That's a trap. That's gonna be the next 15 minutes. Oh boy. Okay, and we're back. Stay like this, computer. Stay like this. What's over here? Nothing but money, and I like money. We stick with money. And I spent everything on copper. Was it copper? I think it's copper. It's bronze. Even better. Now, I really want to miss the spike. Because I still don't know what indicates that the spike should hit me or not with right now. But if I can make it miss me, then that would be fantastic. Mostly because then we can see the animation in peace. Because oh boy, that animation was scuffed the first time I saw it. Okay, let's go. Please work. Pretty please. Here is the megalith I spoke of. That's definitely a megalith. It has the same symbols etched into it as the one that brought us here. It's fucking broken! But then, I don't know how to activate it. Activate it? Megaliths are nothing more than monuments of the ancient Magi. Civilization. Why does everyone do these awkward pauses? It's so weird. They do not serve any purpose. What was that? What? Dad! Oh no, it's a child. It's the Empire! The sorcerers are attacking the camp! I mean, technically I've seen all this before, but still. What? How in the world did they find us? Find them! No member of the Demonian royal family must get away! Not again. Ah, there you are. Ah, there you are, indeed. The Great Magus. Run away, son. Run. Okay. Guys, you should stop. Fine. Dave Demonia, son of King Arthur, general and heir of the throne. I have you to thank for this. Me? No. How did I follow you? Oh, it wasn't that hard, although I didn't think you would make it through. The haunted forest. But when you did survive, all it took to track you down was guessing where you would exit from, and that rope that we have attached to your stomach. I'm surprised you didn't notice it. It's quite big. And here I am. Yeah, surprise. What have I done? Is this all my fault? Oh, don't fret. Now you won't have to despair much longer. Allow me to fix that. I have this pill. Ah, didn't do what I expected. What the fuck? They disappeared? How could that be? Find them! I must have dropped my glasses. They can't be very far. He's running quite well for an old man. Or at least I assume he's very old. Now for the infamous, I say it's infamous, animation era 3D. It's so smooth. I mean, the settings are on the lowest, but still smooth. Yeah, I like it. Well, this sucks. Kick her in the head. She broke her spine earlier. Don't be nice. Well, she's dead. Hello? Well, what the heck were you doing here? What do you expect? You weren't taking advantage of my being... Hey. Hey. That's assuming too much. Mature audience, indeed. Where are we, anyway? The megalith. It activated when the sorcerer destroyed it. It means we're back home. Well, I hope. I have this strange feeling of volume. Just like that day I ate too much chocolate, but without the stomach. No, I'm fairly certain the stomach also has more volume currently. Ache. Oh, stomach ache. You really need to finish your sentences, Nefari. And I really wish that I wasn't mute. Don't you have the same feeling, Shu? Nope. I promise I've been too busy lately to eat any. Ah, yeah, sure you do. Yeah, I'm snacking at all. Anyway, enough about this chocolate mousse thing. But it wasn't just chocolate mousse. Share some. Are we just gonna ignore Dave? That megalith will no longer work. Where have the sorcerer gone? And my son, how is he? Dave. Actually, it's a bit complicated. To sum it up, you have completely abandoned your son and your people by traveling through time. Where should I begin? What do you mean, complicated? They're all dead, is that it? Well, depends. Hold on, let me explain. This isn't gonna be easy. I was afraid she was gonna put it on me to explain. Well, we're not in the same time as before. Shu and me come from the present. Now, Nefari, when you are talking to someone from the past and trying to explain this, you should refer to their timeline rather than saying the present. Unless you're referring to we are now in the present, even though I am slightly assuming we're not. This is further. This seems to be further. I mean, for you, it's the future. But to us, your present is our past. I'm not sure I'm being very clear. I did not understand a thing. Continue. They are all dead. Is that what you're trying to tell me? In a way, yes. Or maybe they're just older. I'm fairly certain we met your son earlier, and he was a piece of shit. I refuse to continue this conversation. I must find my son and save my father. Bye, Dave. I'm gonna miss ya. I'm gonna miss him. I think I'm gonna need a new approach. We can't leave him alone, Shu. You don't say. Okay, and we're back in control. Ooh, it's different. It's different, alright. Wait, did I... Look at me, I'm part of the megalith. Perfect. Yeah, no, the 3D realm do be tanking the computer, but at least it is better than it would have been if I couldn't adjust the settings. Huh. Now this is, suspicious. Now it seems like you are dealing with a lot, Dave, so let's just... I can't leave. There's an invisible wall. I would have understood it if someone tried to tell me to not leave, but I'm not even allowed to leave. Fine. Dave. Sup? Dave. In the year 950 of our Lord, here were the demons vanquished by Emperor Lothar and his troops. The inscription on this statue. How's this possible? That's what I was trying to explain, Dave. The megalith. We travel through time. Shu and I come from year 999. I know it's weird. Almost 50 years after the demons were defeated. An accident led us to your time, and the Empire captured us. And when the Great Magus destroyed the megalith, something came out of it. I think that thing brought us here. Really wish we'd return home, but I get the feeling we're in a different time period. All of this seems impossible. And yet, this statue. But why? What is the meaning of our lives if everything is already written? He's got a point there. I don't understand it much myself, but look at Shu. He continues to fight no matter what. I don't have a choice, they're trying to kill me! At first I was terrified at the thought of being lost, but while following Shu, I began to understand. Wait, you've just been following me? Oh, that explains a lot. Life is just right now. This very moment, wherever you happen to be. As a bee? I don't know if the past has already happened or in the future can be changed. But I know I exist right here, right now. It's just me and the here and now. And Shu is the one who made me realize that. I haven't said a single word to you the entire time we have met. So I'm not afraid anymore. Although rats and mushrooms still do it, if... Of course, and I do still thoroughly hate ghosts. That's more of a racial thing, apparently. I am not convinced. My people have been conquered, and I shouldn't be here. My son, what has become of him? Instead of asking ourselves all these questions, we'd be better off looking for another megalith. If we were able to go back into the past, then you should be able to return to your own time. Let's focus on that instead of dwelling on the questions we can't answer. Hey, don't I sound like an adult, Shu? No, you don't. I don't know if I can be as strong as Solid Snail or Miss Nefari. But I'll do my best. Okay, Dave. I can't read! Good to know. How's the world map? Ooh, it's big. The bluff. It's very big. Okay, well, we'll start off by going to BB's tent. Oh, BB, I don't know who you are, but I want to talk to you. And potentially find your loot. What the? It's weird. Old granny on a floating ball? Yeah, this is reminiscent of things.
Ah, what a fine young man you are. Folks called me Granny Baby. Well, I've got the heart of a young woman. Besides, I'm not really that old. I'm actually 7. So anyways, feel free to invite me out some evening. We should get out for potions, maybe more if you feel a spark. Hey, speaking of potions, what can I do for you, darling?
Buy a potion.
I hope you brought me the good stuff, my sweet gummy bear.
You have green? Do you take green goop? I'm just guessing because that felt like a thing you can make a potion out of.
Granny Baby's gotta fix you a real nice potion.
You got the drugs! Restores half your health. Health? HP.
Think of me when your pretty lips touch the bottle. What can I do for you, darling?
I have also the red stuff. Red goop. I have one red goop. Granny Baby's gonna fix you a real nice potion again. You got a good drugs. Restores all your HP. Think of me again. Can you do something with candy? Just a theory. What do you want me to do with that? My BFG 9000? What can I do for you, darling? Wake and Ellie, they fell asleep. Do you know what you're asking me, my little peach cobbler? First, I can only proceed within the awakening if you bring me enough mana. Mana's that life energy, extremely rare stuff. And even then, if the woken individual isn't ready to accept the awakening, they'll die. At any rate, you're short on mana. Come back later, my love-starved vampire. Okay, I'm leaving this before this becomes inappropriate, although I feel like it already has done that. Oh boy. Now, I'm not going to the bridge yet, because I want to find out how it went with this bloke. Because I kind of killed all his friends. Or beat him up, depending on how you look at it. Haunted Forest. Oh, there's people here. Sup? Ah, new recruit. Don't worry. This job is real easy. We just find stuff that's banned in the capital and resell it to people who want it. It's not too dangerous, as long as you don't get caught by the militia, of course. Okay. If you bump into the boss, don't judge him by his appearance. Some people call him a monster, but that's because they don't know him. And anyway, he takes good care of us. Without him, we'd just be run-of-the-mill thieves. I have a feeling that this boss of theirs is the very monster that I met earlier. And killed all the friends of. Which means, I mean, he kind of got friends. It's just that his friends are also smugglers. And his servants, lackeys, I don't know, employees. Hello. I used to live in Genova. My dream was to become a trader. But I quickly learned that only traders' sons become traders. So then I came here. When you think about it, our work is kind of like what traders do. Yeah, smuggling is a form of trading, I guess. Don't say anything bad about the boss. He's our savior. Many of us are sons of pirates. Son of a pirate. Long ago, a volcano erupted on our island. The boss took us in and taught us a new trade. That's awfully nice of him. There's no bridge. The boss grew up, so he's very attached to the forest. Personally, I found it a bit gloomy at first, but I got used to it eventually. What? Ghosts? You do know ghosts don't exist, right? Well, that's awfully wet. Oh no. He looks worried. Even the face of Shu looks worried after doing a second. Oh, I have made ghosts extinct. I didn't know I could do that. Hello. If you're looking for the boss, I'm afraid he's had a bad day. He took off to get some rest in his lair. Best not to disturb him while he's in that mood. He has a short fuse, and besides, his lair's chock full of booby traps. Anyway, it's up to you. You've been warned. Well, I guess I'm going to visit him, because I'm fairly certain I know him. It's gonna be dangerous with this frame drop. It's fine. It's fine. It's my very first dungeon. Oh, I want the chest. I want the chest. How do I, hang on. Yeah, duplicates. Even the small ones are dangerous. It's even bigger slimes. Just be... Ow, ow. Fine, can I go and heal her again? I can't. I tried. I did a thing. I think. What thing I did, I have no idea. Generally no clue. Let's heal. Haha, I'm clever because they're close by, so I can activate all of them. Oh. Wait, is that automatic, or is that just me walking past in perfect timing? Okay, activation. Ow. Yeah, activate it and then you can walk. Oh, wait, hang on. I get a real scared. I broke the game. I broke the game. I really shouldn't say that. I broke it. I broke it. I broke their contraptions. Oh no. What have I done? Yeah, I really shouldn't be that. I don't want to fight the spiders though. Die. Yeah, no, it's bound to happen to break it, isn't it? Yeah, why do I keep going back there? I was about to comment on the fact that those things are extra terrifying due to the sudden frame drop stopping. Because the insane speed up they have then is like, I'm going to kill you. Okay, this is also going to be a challenge if I suddenly get them to speed up. Do not speed up. Thank you. Okay, these are way simpler than the ones from frames.
Oh.
The first edition of it, when I fought this kind of enemy. Mostly because they have very clear turns. Yeah. I'm gonna get you. Oh wait, what am I doing it difficult? Dave! Thank you. Dave's a good friend. And we're back to slow-mo and speed up. What's down here? That's one of those. You're not gonna kill me, are you? No. I have a feeling this is a thing that turns around. Noted. Are you fixed? It's not fixed. I really should stop going over there. I hope I don't have to go back there, because I literally can't now. I've locked myself out of that. Ooh, one of these puzzles. Ow. Might not deserve that one. And... Woof. And one more. Oh, whoops. Nope. That's the wrong one. Right, and then turn, and there we go. And now fire there. Yes. Now for my own health, I just stuck it in the corner. Don't have to think about it. It's so bright. I see what he meant by booby traps. Yeah, I'm starting to understand what he was talking about. There's only one of these flames to actually think about, and that is this one. Because that's the only one that hits something. Woof. How do I make it hit the thing I want it to hit? Like so, isn't it? Yeah. There we go. That's gonna hit one of them. Then I do that, I think. Yes, that's gonna do the last one. Muscles! Wait. Oh, I have to do that one too.
Oh.
Ow! Okay, I have to turn this back.
Oh.
Ow! There we go. Puzzles! I don't like not knowing where I'm going. And this is why. There's slimes all over the place. Heal. Why did I heal before the fight? Never heal before you kill. You can heal as much as you want afterwards. Now, let's see. You gotta do a proper punch. There we go. Drain the entire place. Oh, I have to kill him. Well, I guess I can level up from this. Game, give me speed. Yeah, the undead. Punch. Oh, I can do that. Why I didn't think I could do that, I don't know. Dave, finish him. Yeah, okay, Dave can't finish him. That's a problem. They are actually mortal. I did not plan that. Run, 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 run. What help is it to have no water? That's a problem. That's a real problem. How... What is the intention of me having drained the water then? I feel dumb. Dave, you missed! I shouldn't have trusted Dave on that one. And I can't jump. I never learned how to do that. Can I move the platforms? No, I can't. Stop it. Okay, can't flick it back. The water rises. He's still fine though. He's just kind of doing his thing. Can't jump. Very well. Has this open again though? Okay. So I have safe passage, give or take. Safe. Now. Has this reset? It has. Good. I'm not trapped forever then. Maybe. Yeah, there's just spikes all over the way. Could I put out the fire? That might be it. I cannot put out fire, or I just missed, which is awkward, and I don't want to think about that. Oh, okay, I am not supposed to actually be able to get past her. I mean, I still kind of broke it with the fact that I'm filled, so the other one isn't supposed to be stuck down there. But still. I can't return. Okay. I can't put out fire. I have to experiment slowly but surely until I find a solution. Because I'm stuck here no matter what. Dave, it's gonna be quite some time until we find your son, because I'm doing a side mission, I think. For all I know, this is actually mandatory and I accidentally do it. Wouldn't say no to that. Drain the water again. I don't know for what reason, and also why is this guy down there? What is he doing differently than everyone else? Hi! Stay there. Dave! Do the thing. Dave did a thing. Dave did a thing. Does that mean they just have a limited supply of life, or is it specifically because Dave smashed him? Okay, because Dave smashed him. Note. If you have skeleton problems, find Dave. He knows what to do. Yeah. I have a feeling I just need to kill all the skelebobs. Only one skelebob left. Oh, Dave. Thank you. It was that. Platform. Yeah, that is a platform. I guess. How's that gonna help me, though? Oh. I can push it down here. And that's why it has these corners, to prevent me from being able to be stupid enough to push it all the way into a corner and lock myself. I'm guessing. It's a very important rule in video games. Make sure it's idiot-proof to some degree, at least. There's always gonna be idiots like me. Yeah, spoilers. I didn't approve of that. Yes. I don't like what I can't see, and there's spikes. Flip. No more water. I still don't know what's down there. Onwards. Oh, okay. Yeah, almost. Okay, I can't do that. Fine. Ow. Tried to kill me. Emphasis on tried. Hurry up. Thank you. Yeah. No, all Piranhas had to die. I see.
Oh.
Nope. Yeah. Wait. Hang on. Ah, okay, I see where this has to go. There we go. We just have to trap him. And then we use him as a passageway when I turn on the water. Just as planned. Another one. Skelebobs! Dave! Thank you, Dave. No. Wait, okay, I guess... No, wait, that doesn't work. I can't do that past spikes. Huh? Maybe I can. It would be neat if I could. Let's try. I can. Okay, I guess I just hit the block last time I tried to do that. Yep, I'm a just guess, but I'm a guess correctly. And... Ew. Water! I have to say, spikes in your home design isn't really that safe. It crosses a lot of health violations, I'm fairly certain. I haven't read them, but I assume as much. It's a big open room, and I am afraid of some kind of battle in here. Yep. Hello? Oh no. Nope, 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 nope. Dave! Thank you, Dave. Stop it. It's doing a thing. It's doing a bing. Stupid. Slim. Yeah, Slim Boo. Slim Boo. Ah, there's 3 of them. Dave!
They're multiplying.
I'm surrounded. How many layers of slime is there? There's too much slime. I really wish I could upgrade my sword. I need that anti-slime feature. I'm gonna have to clean this sword now a lot. Ooh, money. Hang on, there's money in this. Stay away. My money. I need to pay for something. I don't really know yet. I don't have a home in any of the ages. I mean, if I keep time traveling, I need a place to stay. No, he can live. He hasn't done any harm. Look at him. A good boy. Peaceful. How dare you? I was genuinely believing that they couldn't hurt me. That made me sad. I don't want to deal with him yet. Now I can deal with him. Haha. Ah, that's the wrong one. Oh, we have to wait. I can't jump! Ow. Well, I missed. I don't know the best procedure at all. Oh, wait. I just guessed here. I'm just that dumb. Yes. Rota there. Now, most people would just end it there, but now I'm doing one more rotation because I'm going to have that chest. Which I assume is a star. Or something else. It could be something else. What are you? A strange gem! Yet another item that's likely to bring you trouble. Wait, trouble? Why did we bring it then? I also realized that this is probably the actual way I'm supposed to go, because, Yeah, the moment I went a bit too far, I was like, is this how I die? The answer was yes. Oh no! I have to kill him again. I have to kill him again. Wasn't once... Okay, I didn't have to kill him again. I was afraid that I had to. The game isn't as cruel as I thought it was. It actually saved me defeating him. I'm becoming more forgiving of the game now. Stupid stone metal face thingamajim. I mean, he looks quite horrified of the constant horror of having to slam his face into every single wall in the area. Perish, spydig. Haha. Okay, that has been handled. What happened to the one that... Anyway. It's doing great, I think. Oh, the strange gem is used on this door. Okay, I gotta get the other one first. Somehow. The path I actually took first, but ignored. Killed a tiny slime. Wait, if there was a kind of boss battle on that end, that means that there might be one on this end. And if one was slime, what... do I have to fight a giant face? I'm not ready to fight the giant face. Oh dear! I'ma go and heal. I'ma go and heal. They hurt. This could have been prevented if I had better armor, but I don't. I have armor from at least 50 years ago. And even cheap armor for that standard, so that really says something in my opinion. I don't know what found me, but something found me and is trying to kill me this very instant. Tends to be the scariest part about all of this. Stop it. At least the killing of me, please. I keep losing sight of myself. Ooh, a chest. Chest? Chest. Chest! What did I find? Red goo! That makes that drug you like. I mean potion. Dave? Oh. Dave! Killed him. Thank you, Dave. Oh, I have other means of killing them. I like it. That was easy. Yes, come at me. You're weak. Never mind. They're stronger than I thought. But where's the last guy going? Did he just... He tried to leave. I gotta give him credit. He was clever enough to... No, I'm staying there. I'm going down. Oh, I forgot my keys. Level up. Shu has reached level 13. Wonderful. Kill him! Survivors. Slimes are mighty creatures, capable of surviving these stone beings. Loot. I mean, health, but still, I want it. Even though I lost more than I gained from it, but still. Worth it. Now that. What am I doing? I don't know. Half the time. Sup? Oh.
Oh.
Eh. I'm under attack. I didn't know. I tried to kill the thing. Apparently I became one with it. Turn around. I'm telling you to turn around. Come back to me. Good, Dave. Now, just to confirm, there wasn't anything here to collect. Not that I saw. It's time to become armored. And I guess I can take off the armor then to break that and deal with the slimes rather than doing what I did. Well, I still want to break the pots. There's money in there. I've already earned at least 400 today. Tap, tap, tap. Now, what can I do here? Why? Why? Haven't you noticed everything else I kill? I am a threat to you. Stay away from me. I only harm those that literally exist within my vicinity. He knew. He knew. A path has been opened. Good. Now. Is this spikes just to be spikes? This is spikes just to be spikes. Until later. Clearly there's some kind of pressure plate, which means that the thing over here was a pressure plate. So of course I'm gonna have to press it. It's important. Or is it an elevator? Never mind. Yes, I was wrong. I have been proven wrong once more. I can't go faster, I see. What are you? Oh. Even more interesting. And then that rises. A passageway. Okay. That just begs the question more about the path down here. Is this then an elevator specifically as well that I have to activate later so I can get onto this higher plane? Seems like it. Yeah, okay. Theory under scrutiny right now, but later probably confirmed, hopefully. Such a funny walk. Yep. Stupid pots. Think they're better than me just because they're better than me. Oh, it's time to break a few pots. Ow. Careful, you can die from spikes. There we go. And then the second set of pots. Good. Enough. Hailing, please. There's a lot of pots I have to destroy. I see no reason to go there. I destroyed things ahead of time. I'm clever like that. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, though. Oh, wait, is that just a platform? No, pressure plate. Yeah. I see my problem. I understand now. I would drown. And that one's broken. Darn it! I have to go all the way back. That's why they did the thing here in the way they did it. So that I could come here and destroy the pots. In a fit of rage. Channeling the young green guy. His skills. And words for pot destruction. Thank you. Now I should be able to continue properly. Am I free? Maybe? Ain't good enough for me. Oh, I'll just kind of reset. Since I've solved it now, I guess. And that one. That doesn't do the thing I wanted to do, though. Wait a minute. Aha! Aha! You got green goop! Okay. I mean, I would have preferred something else, but I'll take the green goop. Huh? Well, the puzzle here isn't over yet. So what's this way? Interesting. Rusted. Sweet! I can blow off steam on something that won't complain. Afterwards. Apologies in advance if I break it. What do you mean steam? Yeah, okay. Gonna have to do that again. I missed! I assume these are just which way you're supposed to be standing when you're interacting with this thing. There we go. What's over here? I don't know. I have time to reach this one. Go, 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 go. Did I do it? I did it. This better not be the thing I'm wanting, because that means I have to go back and figure out what the rest is. It is, isn't it? Interact. You got a strange gem. This means you have to go back and figure out what the heck is going on. Alright, yeah, I have to do this. Would be a shame if I still was on the platform up there at this very moment. Now then. How exactly is this to be done? I probably need a suit of armor. I have a feeling I'm gonna be needing this. Tap it, tap it, tap it. Can I bring this all the way back, actually? Oh, that's a theory. Let's just save out of paranoia. Thank you. Funny walk, funny walk. Oh, there's a lever down there. Yeah, that's probably the answer, actually. Fair certain I didn't see that the first time. That or I've already forgotten about it. Also very likely. And poof. Platform. Platform. The solution has been found. Wait, money! Money! No! I can leave one coin behind. Never mind, I won't be leaving it behind. Wait, did I do what I think I did? I am in the wall! I found another problem. I keep finding problems, more specifically. Who knows, though, if the frames I manage to acquire at all times has something to do with it. That might be the case. This is a chest. But a star? Is it a star? You got a star. It's a very fun game, though it can be unpredictable in manners that I assume even the devs didn't foresee. I hope so, at least. If not, it's suspicious. Let me down! The coin has been deleted. I'm also not choosing to not go through the stone face path. I am once again walking into suit of armor because that's much more relaxing. I do wonder how it's going with the guy who has been alone for at least 50 years. I mean, he has friends now and all that, but he was abandoned for quite some time after I killed his ghost friends and apparently made ghosts extinct. Didn't know I could do that. But I've been proven right there. So, that's neat. Home. The downside of going to the 3D realm from the 2D realm is that it's much easier to miss literally anything you walk into. Candy that's been licked specifically. I still don't understand what's wrong with the man who gave me this. I had to be in a very specific position to get this, which is Nefari had to choose to take control, and then had to take the maid job, be put into a French maid outfit, and then talk to this specific person, and he gives you candy that's been licked. I don't know what to say about him. You've used one gem, but the other is still missing. I know, but I got it here. I feel like either the candy is completely useless, or it has some significant meaning for some kind of side thing. The funniest thing would, of course, be if it was in... Ooh, that's fancy. Ooh, I like this. Ooh. Why can't all bridges be like this? It's just expensive. Sorry, did I destroy your property? It's been years! Hello! He's bigger than I remember. I also don't remember the voice I gave him.
You broke my beautiful pots. I love those pots. Oh. I recognize you. You're the ones who came and chased my ghost friends out of the forest. And now that I've got new friends, you want to take those away from me too?
No.
I don't believe you. I see I have no choice. I'll have to get rid of you.
Well, he's insane. Ah, just Ty. That was your name. He's got mines. Oh boy. Screw you. Oh, okay. I see what I'm supposed to do here. This is going to take some time. It's going to be quite a bother the moment the frame drops. Stop it. Stop it. You said it could be over there. There we go. Now it's getting faster. Stop it. Okay, let's remove these before they blow up in my face. They're gonna blow up in my face. Yeah. Oh, these seems to be popping out of them. That seems to be a health hazard, sir. I recommend you have it looked at. Oh, no. You happy? He was not very happy. Take my weaponry. Yeah. Yeah. Just speed up. Ow. Sir, you hurt less than everything else I master. Oh, Lord. Take that. He's angry. This is fine. This is fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. What's up? You happy? What do you mean stage 3? Can't we just stick to us having a conversation? Why is there so many explosives? I need to drink a healing potion at this rate. I still don't know if that's actually an option. Oh, I need 3 of them now. He's spitting at me now! Sir, you need a doctor! He needs a doctor. This isn't healthy. Oh, Lord. Perish. Please. I'm sorry, but gotta do it as your apparently physician now. Well, I'm done. Oh, he broke the bridge. I have to talk to you now.
You're just too strong. Sorry, my friends. Once again, I have failed to protect you.
But we don't want to attack your friends. She speaks the truth. We simply require your assistance. You seem strong enough to remove the boulder from Mayan Bridge. Oh, I assume this is a plot thing. That we go to the Mayan Bridge, discover the rock that I dropped there at least 50 years ago. No one has been able to remove it since. And we couldn't get past it, and then we had to go here. So I guess I skipped some plot points there. Whoops.
The boulder? Why didn't you say so?
But you attacked us first!
Oh dear, I suppose so. Please forgive me. I only thought... Actually, I should be thanking you. After our encounters, I had a change of heart.
Wait, encounters? That's plural.
Since I've lived alone for so long, I resolved to make some actual friends. I suppose humans aren't so bad after all. It's been ages since that whole ghost thing. Anyway, you're quite the looker for your age, man. If you have any tips for keeping your skin so smooth, I might be interested. Although I'm not human, I'm starting to get these wrinkles and, Hey, I'm still young.
Not from his perspective. Might we get back to the issue at hand? I want to find my people. There we go, we have to cross that bridge.
Sadly, I don't have the strength to do that. But you're a demon, aren't you?
Yes.
Then perhaps I could help you. Think of it as an apology for attacking you. We Guardians are able to harness mana.
Mana? How is that different from mana?
I don't know.
I have mentioned that once. It's some kind of natural energy. You find it in all living things, but it's dangerous in large doses.
Yes, that's right. So I've got to teach her how to get a large doses out of you. They say it's impossible to increase a demon's strength using mana. How about I give you mine? Really, it's the least I can do.
You got mana! Natural life energy guarantees 100% sustainability, eco-friendly. Ooh, it's eco-friendly, that's nice.
It is done. I hope it helps you. Now leave. I need to rest for a spell. That fight wore me out. It's been ages since I swam that much. Maybe I should start exercising more and lose a little weight.
So, Jatai is a guardian too. Like the one we faced in the forest in my time and brutally murdered. I wonder if they're somehow connected to the Magi. Did you catch that, Salt Snail? We must locate the person who will help us use this man. Oh yeah, I probably believe that's the granny that continuously, I don't want to talk about it. Oh, I guess we have to talk to her. Just leave him there laying. Not in words. Heal, please. Oh. Right. I have to go down here to heal. I would like to heal before I leave, even though I might heal from leaving. I don't trust anything. I don't want to die again. I only have 68 health. That's not even nice. Now, to get to the part that was actually plot. I mean, this was apparently mandatory, even though I thought I just did some side mission. Fair enough. Had to do it either way. Just did one less, back and forth. Money! I say one less, because I also technically extended it by going to the granny earlier, since I didn't need to talk to the granny before now, officially. Which means I now will go to the bridge instead of talking to her to see the rock, without having the tools to deal with it. I want to see how the bridge looks in this time. Money. Hey, slime. Buy slime. Other slime. This place is bigger than I remember. It's got squirrels still. Perish. Let's see. Where is that bridge? There it is. Yeah, that's a bit bigger than I remember it being. What's up? Hi there. It's not often you see somebody on this side of the bridge. We used to call this Mayan Bridge, but 100 years ago a boulder fell and blocked it. Ah, okay, then we have it confirmed. It's 100 years now rather than 50 years we traveled. Whoopsie. No one's ever been able to remove it. Then again, since the war ended, people don't really come out of to Demonia anymore. Anyway, I doubt any human will ever break that boulder. Is that... Are you doing a jab at me? Whatever. But sure, our boss is tough enough to smash that boulder. I'll tell you though, he's stubborn as a frickin' goat. He barely even leaves that haunted forest. You'd have to force him to move his hiney over her, but nobody dared. I mean, he's just scared everybody off. But deep down, he's a really nice guy. Yeah, okay, so that would be the whole, hey, go to the haunted forest to find their boss, who obviously would be able to deal with it. He wasn't able to deal with it. And now we have to go and talk to this granny that keeps trying to hook up with me. Hey, granny.
Ah, what a fine young man you are.
I don't want to talk to you. Can you wake an ally? It's not awaken, it's just wake an ally. Which made me think, oh, it's resurrection in case they die during combat. But no. I just wake them up. Yes, I already have this. It's that one.
Oh, wonderful. You dug up some mana. Let's start off with this beefy one. He'll make an ideal test subject.
What? Granny, please be gentle. Upgrading powers. Dave's powers have reached level 2. You can focus longer to unleash a more powerful attack. I feel strange.
What can I do for you, darling?
Nothing.
See ya.
I don't like her. She's a bit too forward for me. To the Mayan Bridge. Now, it's apparently been 100 years, which is concerning. Now, let's see, also. Ooh, double charge. Dave? Ooh, my blade is green now. Do it. That's a lot of explosions. And heavily delayed sounds. Hello.
Hi there.
It's not often you see someone on this side of the bridge. Yeah, no, we've already said this. He didn't say anything about the fact that a boulder just got destroyed. Kill that slime. He's still not capable of killing the younger ones. Dave, you're still a failure. I'm sorry to say so, but it's true. Now, still just monsters on about, huh? But is there any loot that I never discovered in the past? Parachute. Oh. That's different from how I remember them fighting. This path seems important. I mean, it clearly wasn't, but it seemed important. I was fortunately mistaken. Onwards! Ah! And the world seems a bit different. Shoo! Look! Look at that! You mean the gaping hole? That seems, concerning. What happened here? Where's my village? My parents? My friends? Everything's gone! Yeah, no, that's a problem. I had my suspicions, but now I'm sure of it. This isn't our time period. We have to find out what happened. I mean, Nefari, it is a very blatant clue when one of the guys references the rock landing there 100 years ago. Let's try Genova. Somebody there should be able to tell us. Nah, I'd rather talk to this, it's an entire harbor now. Cool. And we can still go to the Windy Valley. Windy Valley. To the harbor! Yeah, this place has grown. There's so much more high-tech now. Moving crates and barrels around all day is exhausting, but it pays good. To be a sailor's wife, you have to learn patience. And then avoid worrying too much. Especially with all those tales people tell about the Cursed Isle. And then when they get back, you have to make sure that they haven't done any mischief. If they have, take command. Hello. It's the same dude, just running in circles. Fair enough. Can I break in? I can't break in. Hello.
Life is no peaches and cream out at sea, but things are even worse on land, landlubber. Well, at least the captain isn't around to keep tabs on us.
Okay. Hello. The sailors are really superstitious. Just listen to them talk about the cursed isle, and they think the ghosts of the dreaded pirate Roberts live there. Nobody knows if he even existed. So, his ghost? Okay. Sounds fair. I have a feeling I have heard a lot about this Roberts, so I'm gonna be meeting with him at some point in the past. Not like this storm caused more flooding. It gets worse every year. If it keeps up like this, the harbor will be swallowed up by the sea. Life isn't all peaches and... Oh, it's that one. It just walked all the way. Phew! Finally a bit of rest. The captain works us to the bone, but being a sailor is a calling. The open sea, exploring the unknown, adventure with a capital A, my friend. If only there weren't all these planks to scrub, sails to furl, and rigging to repair. Hello. Hi. I came to board this ship, but the captain refuses to leave. May the wrath of the great destroyer strike him down. Well, once we've arrived, I mean. I'd rather nothing happen on the way there. You know, be careful what you pray for, my friend. If you want to set sail, you have to ask the captain. He's the one who decides when we leave and where we're headed. Okay, you're the captain. There'll be no leaving the harbor for now. I've got a bad feeling and I'm almost always right. It must be the ghost of that infamous pirate Roberts. That island off the coast is accursed, I tell you. If you want to sail, go and get a force majeure letter from someone in the Council of Traders. Till then, I won't budge. You should be able to score one in Genova if you look around. But it'll cost you a pretty penny. Traders aren't known to give stuff away. Ah, why'd you kick my knee? Hang on. Dave, and do the thing. It's immortal. It's immortal. Abandon ship. I hate it when I can't take revenge on people kicking me in the knee. That's because it hurts. Well, now I know I need a major for that. Wait, can I go to the dwarf? Oh, it looks like the dwarf's still up and running, kind of. Oh, wait, this is a completely different thing. What's the dwarf thing? I have a feeling the dwarf is somewhere in the open chasm. Sad. Pyramid of the Prophet.
The great destroyer shall punish you all. What did I do to deserve such imbeciles?
Are these the Knights of Knee?
Well, no one opened this door for me.
We sent for someone, venerable prophet.
Nay. You make me languish here. It's raining. Certainly. One of these days I'll have to change that mechanism. But it's the surest way to protect my precious, my very precious stone of time.
Hey, he's a creep. And they're cold. Which says something. Because you have those two who are actually quite well clad next to fires. Okay, they're not actually that well clad. And then you have this dude just standing over here. Hello. Don't even try to scale the pyramid. It's so slippery, even the famed ninja squirrels never made it to the top. To get inside, you need to reach it by air. But without wings, it cannot be done. When humans fly, as they say. Now, you know that those ninja squirrels probably are Didn't stand a chance because I beat him in the Colosseum by hitting him with a sword. A very old sword that I'm still surprised didn't break upon the first hit. Oh, what's down here? Ooh, who are you? I came here to become a disciple. But novice training is really difficult. You have to master quite a few skills. I'm not sure I'll make it. Good for you. Hello. The number 5 has always intrigued me. I mean, really, it's a special number, don't you think? It pops up everywhere. The story of the 5 little pigs, the tale of the 5 musketeers, and of course the 5 keys to be collected by the Great Destroyer before annihilating the world. As strange can be. Why 5? Yeah. Why 3? Wait, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Because the 5 little pigs, the 3 little piglets, we know that story, and then we have the tale of the 3 musketeers. The 5 keys to be collected by the Great Destroyer before annihilating the world. I feel like that has something to do with what's happening right now. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I feel like that's a hint to what will happen. Why is there TNT literally everywhere? I've always dreamed of touching the Stone of Time, but only the Prophet has this honor. A greatest treasure kept safely atop the pyramid. Do you think that by touching, one can communicate with the Great Destroyer? I really don't know why I choose the different ways of these people to speak, but I do. Let's see, I'm gonna talk with you first. Do you want to take the novice test? No. It's up to you, but be aware that only the disciple will be saved during the annihilation. Annihilation. Do you want to... Yes, damn it. I didn't read. Listen carefully to my questions and choose the correct answer. The Great Disaster was the first omen of the world's annihilation. What will the second be? A flood? Yes, exactly. That was the only thing that wasn't a specific thing that already has been foretold, kind of, or not. Actually, there is no of it. Yeah, whatever. That's why we built the pyramid. That way we'll be able to survive when water covers the world. Your novice training isn't over yet. Speak to the other professor to continue the test. Oh, okay. I have to do you now. Do you want to take the novice test? Yeah, with triplets. What of it? Yes. Fine. Listen carefully to my question and choose the correct answer. Before destroying the world, the Great Destroyer must first do something. What is it? Oh, right, like 5 keys. Okay, that's how I would... No, wait, grind to level 70. Is 70 the max level then? Reach a power level of 9,000. No, you need to be above 9,000 for that to work. Go to the bathroom. I mean, everyone has to do that, that's obvious, so collect the 5 keys. Yes, that's it. There's surely a hidden meaning by the keys, but the Prophet is how's that word now? Unequivocal. I'm gonna have to look this up later. When it comes to the number 5, your novice training isn't over yet. Speak to the other professors to continue the test. Hello. Do you want to take the novice test? Yes. Fine. Listen carefully to my question and choose the correct answer. The Great Eye symbolizes the Great Destroyer. It is etched into our most precious treasure. Yes, that one. What is this treasure? The Triforce. A 1-up mushroom. Excalibur! The Stone of Time. I mean, I would honestly believe it's a mushroom as well for the fact that I've told me in multiple cases that it's the Stone of Time. I couldn't believe these people praising a mushroom. Why is it raining here specifically? I mean, I'm fond of rain, but still. Well done! Indeed, the Stone of Time is kept at the very top of the pyramid. The Prophet discovered it near the smoke shortly after the Great Disaster. Congratulations! You passed another test, but that's only the first step. To become a disciple, you need to go to Windy Valley and then climb Mount Alpha. Atop Mount Alpha, you'll have to spend an entire day meditating before our symbol, the Great Eye.
Only then will you be ready to become a disciple.
Okay, guess I ain't doing that. I also kind of walked over here to be social, and somehow I joined a cult. I have learned something. Don't be social, kids. You're gonna join a cult. Yeah, all groups of friends are cults. That's my current theory. Hello. See that beautiful pyramid? We're the ones who built it. It required lots of hard work, but when water covers everything, we'll be able to take shelter in there. Still, a slight detail has been niggling me. Do you think it'll float? No, it won't. Hello.
Entrance to the Great Pyramid is restricted. Only the Prophet and the eldest disciples may go in. And there's no point searching for the key. The door only opens from the inside, which can be problematic at times, actually. Just the other day, the Prophet was locked out because of a sudden draft. It took a whole week to force the door open, and then it had to be replaced. The Prophet proclaimed drafts to be a sign of the world's annihilation.
Yep. That's a cult. Oh, look, the weather's better. Oh, it is. You can literally see the stormy clouds above that area specifically. Anyway. Now, I could go to the Wind Valley. But I want to go to Genova. I'm back! Am I allowed to just walk it? Hang on. I can't walk past you. Sup? Traders and disciples, all day long, all I see are traders and disciples. It's crazy. Has everyone really become a trader or a disciple? What the fuck? You are now entering the great trade capital, Genova. Be sure not to make any trouble, and we'll ensure your safety. Bye-bye. Map, who are you? You just got to Genova, right? It's so obvious from your tan. You've spent too much time outdoors. In Genova, my delicate skin is protected by the sun's harmful rays by the vapors of the smog. Yes. Okay, that is one way of looking at smog as a positive thing, I guess, as a natural sunblock. Are you in the market for a smog-fueled furnace? Step right up, halls are the very best out there. Guaranteed to have minimal smog emission. And at an unbeatable price, too. Buy a smog furnace, you'll save on wood. It's very good for the forest, did you know that? And if you purchase one right now, you'll pay 0.1% less tax. So what do you say? No. I don't have a home, actually. Wonderful! But you have no home. Yeah, I just said that. You'll have to buy one before having a smog furnace installed. Find out a trader for that. I don't do real estate. He's not wrong, is he, though? He's not wrong. Hello. Is this a hat shop? It's a great honor for a disciple to be able to guard Mr. Fogwell's home. How you don't know Mr. Fogwell? He's only one of the richest merchants on the whole continent. No, what do you have to say about him? Mr. Fogwell is a real nice trader. Maybe too nice, in fact. Whenever he says hello, I immediately want to buy something from him. Either way, he's a very powerful trader. Hello, are you Mr. Fogwell? That's a plant. That's a dead plant. Hi. For goodness sake, Marion. I've told you 1,000 times not to wrinkle the linens. You poor girl, you have absolutely no sense of perfection. The Great Destroyer demands perfection, and I serve the Prophet, who represents the Great Destroyer. The missus is so demanding. I'm more frightened of her than of the Great Destroyer. I don't do many female voices, do I? I'm not even sure he actually exists. The missus, on the other hand, I couldn't be more sure of. I've gone on blasphemed without meaning to. Please don't turn me into disciples, I beg you. Dave! Remove the evidence. I mean, I do like that you're able to actually still use the skills in town. It's just, it does nothing, which makes it a bit odd. Anyway, I haven't made food in a while. I don't know how to make food, apparently. So, we're not doing that. 100 Ways to Use Extra Money by Bill G. What an interesting problem. I've already read that one as well, I believe. A crazy landscape. That reminds you of something. Yeah. So, the image we can see there is the second town? Aoba, I think, or something? I don't remember the name of it. From Evoland 1. It's not that long since I played it, I've already forgotten. How to Become a Successful Merchant by C. Ponzi. Ponzi scheme.
Well, hello there, citizen. What can I do for ya?
Who are you?
Oh, I'm but a humble trader from a long line of traders. My grandfather was already a professional merchant at the time of the Empire. He was a real hero, helping those who needed passage in or out of Genova during the war.
Ah, right. You're the grandson of that scheming asshole. He took all my money. I mean, I did rob him back, but still, he took all my money.
He did many favors, and he also earned money his keep by working hard. That's what born the Fugwell dynasty. Quite a beautiful story, ain't it? What can I do for you?
What is the Great Disaster?
The Great Disaster happened 60 years ago on the 50th anniversary of the Empire's victory.
Okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Because the first timeline, we were very close, like it's the same year or the next year would be then the 50th anniversary of it, at the very start. Then we traveled back in time, roughly then 50 years. Because it was, well, during the actual war, right before the victory actually came about. And now we traveled back to the future. It's apparently not 100 years, but 110 years. With the Great Disaster having happened 60 years ago.
Over the demons! No one knows exactly what happened, except a huge explosion wiped out the southern part of the continent. Genova was not entirely spared, and the turmoil that followed ultimately led to the Empire's demise. Thankfully, the traders were there to restore order. What can I do for you?
I need to have a sip of water before I continue asking. I assume you are the way I can get access to a boat. I regret the voice I gave this man, but I've done it.
In the Great Disaster, my father and his merchant friends came to the Empire's rescue. They formed a council that would take actions necessary to Genova's survival. Someone needed to act quickly, what with all the chaos. The militia was created to replace the army. The former imperial tax system was abolished to make way for a fairer system. They gave people their freedom back. Since then, everyone is free to do trade and become wealthier. Oh, naturally, traders' sons all become traders themselves, but at least everyone has a chance. If you're a trader's son, that is. What can I do for you?
Okay, what about the smoke?
The explosion of the Great Disaster left behind a gaping hole filled with this strange substance. As no one rightfully knew what this stuff was, people call it smog. Our scientists quickly found that the smog could be used as an energy source. The traders declared a monopoly on the buying and selling of smog and built the smuggling to transport it to Genova. Since then, everything here has been fueled with smog, and every time people use some, more money lines to the council's pockets. Isn't technology grand? What can I do for you?
Okay, I want a boat.
So you're looking to get to the Cursed Isle. It's a weird place, I wouldn't go there if I were you. But hey, it's your call. A force majeure letter signed by me is all you need to set sail. Naturally, it'll cost you. Would you have something interesting to trade?
What about this candy that has been licked? What on earth is that? Why would I want that? What about mammoth steak? What on earth is that? Why would I want that? Oh, I have a loyalty badge. I have a loyalty badge that his grandfather gave me, which is utterly useless from the past, but now it kind of says that I've been a loyal member for over 100 years. No, wait, over 60 years, actually. 100 years. No, it is 100 years. I've been a loyal member for over 100 years. Oh. Why, that's one of my grandfather's badges. I thought they'd all been lost in a great disaster. Their value is strictly sentimental. Please give it to me in exchange for a pass of safe conduct. Yes. Thank you. As promised, here you go. You got a thing. You get a pass of safe conduct. Captain Stubbing will welcome you aboard with a smile. The great disaster. My village swallowed up by the smug. And look what's become of Genova. Shoo. Is that really our future? He did not mention demons. They must be hiding somewhere. I cannot believe they all vanished into the thin air. That's not the #1 problem here. Hey, Nefari. Kinda cruel. My village, my parents, everyone's gone. Yeah, Dave has the same issue, Nefari. You both are dealing with this shit. Shoot, we have to stop this great disaster from happening. What about the war wiping out my people? I understand your anguish, Mr. Nefari, but if it is indeed possible to change the course of events, we should start by saving my people. That can't be changed, Dave. The demon's defeat is a part of history. Yeah, and so is this, Nefari. I learned about it in school. It's in the past. What happened here? That hasn't happened yet. It very much has happened, Nefari. Perhaps in your past, Nefari. But to me, your present is my future. What might happen to the Empire is none of my concern. I want my people to live, to not be wiped out by your enemy. But if the Empire doesn't defeat the demons, that could change everything. I mean, maybe I wouldn't even exist. It's just too risky. And what of the people who live here now? Maybe they, too, will disappear if you alter the past. Does that not bother you at all? But who knows exactly what can or cannot be changed? It may well be that all of this already exists. Perhaps we have already come here. We have done all this, so no matter what we do, nothing can be changed. You know what, Dave? I don't really know. But I'm at least going to try. That's all we can do. How about you, Shu? You think we could change time? But with how the time travel up the nerves work? Hell nah! Just pessimist. The both of you. Well, no. I'm looking at the facts. And if we can, what do you think we should change? If we can change anything, what we should change. Okay, so here's the thing. If we change the Empire's victory, Nefari, you won't exist in theory. Or at least very likely of you to do exist, and if so, you're not going to be the very person you are now. And if we change Great Disaster, everyone who exists here now, and the people we have met up to now, would also not exist. If we change both, that begs the question of, can you change both? That depends on what actually caused a Great Disaster, because in theory, stopping the Empire's victory could also prevent that, but none of them. Seriously, that's just stupid. We must prevent the Great Disaster, Shu, and I'd do it by myself if you won't help me. But we would still need to be able to turn back time. I do not know what is possible or even reasonable to hope for. Before anything else, we must find a megalith. And that much, I completely agree, Dave. Let's go to the library and dig up some info. I have a good feeling we'll find out where there's a megalith. You heard that, Chi? Let's get going. I mean, I keep calling it a megalith, but at the same time, they could be a Magi-lith, since we're from the age of the Magi. I'm having a feeling of this being a story of, well, it's a lot of time, what can or can't be changed by time, since we keep traveling, like, things are predetermined to some sense there. And then, with how Dave talked about it, it feels like a time loop is, a potential thing which concerns me. Do you really think the Great Destroyer caused the Great Disaster? What about this business with the 5 keys he needs to collect before destroying the world? That's stupid. Hello, I've broken into your home. Oh, someone else living here last time. Adventures of the Snow Queen by Walter D. Good thing there's no sound. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Oh no, I'm gonna get sued. Hello. Our family has been poor for generations, but at least before we could see the sun. Now everything uses smog. The smoke blocks out the sun and everyone's getting sick. The traders are the only ones getting richer. What do we do to get out of it, huh? I worry about my daughter's future. Hello, daughter. Mommy worries a lot. Are all adults like that? Yes. Anyway. Hi. When I was little, I'd always go hide in the sewers with my friends. It was full of rats and other disgusting stuff, and man, did we have a good time. But ever since the Great Disaster, I just don't enjoy life anymore. How old are you? Because apparently the Great Disaster was like 60 years ago. So you grew up here, so I would say like you maybe got to at least the age of 10, maybe 12, and played in the sewers with friends. Then the Great Disaster ruined that fun and game. And now you're like 70? You look good. You look good for 70. It's guards. Halt! Hello. Prophet Patrol, anything to report? Any individual who insults the Great Destroyer is to be considered a blasphemer, or anyone insulting the Prophet who has sent her as our savior. Of course, simply doubting the Great Destroyer's existence is blasphemous in itself. That's just ruined this entire patrol, pattern. There we go. No, hang on. There we go. That's better. That's just a rock. You need help. The disciple train at the Prophet's Pyramid west of her. He's got a big eye engraved on it. You can't miss it. Oh, it's good for them to be able to... This is an orphanage, isn't it? Or it was an orphanage. This one has a bit of a bird. Hello. Back in the Imperial days, this place was an orphanage for children whose parents died in the war. Nowadays, it's a home for people bankrupt by the traders and who have nothing left. I would prefer taking care of the children. Adults only get what they deserve. It's their own fault if they're in debt, right? Makes you wonder why they do it. Didn't anybody tell them what might happen? Oh, no. Some of them still just do it. It's a book. Can't read it. I can talk to him, though. Leave me. I just want to die alone. I really tried, you know. After working so hard, I'd almost managed to become a trader. And now I lost everything. My fault. All my fault. Hello. Why? Why, oh why did I accept that contract? Every day I ask myself the same question over and over. My wife's never forgiven me. Thinks that I was taught to just say no to traders who want to sell me things I don't need. Well done. You made a mistake. The trick is to be someone who the traders would think they could trade with, followed by them discovering, wait a minute, I can't sell this to you. It literally won't work. What the fuck? I need to get in here. Hello there. We have lots of high-quality equipment for sale, art forged with the power of the smug. Take your pick. Okay. Ooh. I already have the swords, but I would like some smug boots. Buy smug boots for 150. Okay, here you go, super asshole. No more smelly feet. Now they just smell like smug. Yes, that works. Buy a smug belt for 100. Yes. You don't want to tighten this one too much. What do you mean you have nothing to sell me? Thank you, come back soon. How do I get to the back? I want to get to the back. Oh, I can just walk in. Your stuff is mine! Red goo. Would you say that's alive? Maybe. Whatever it is, it's mine now. Hello! I'll talk to you, but you might be a group thing. Oh, my sweet. One day I'll take you far away from the smug fumes, all the way to Sylph Forest, where time stands still. Our love will be eternal there. Ah, that's so romantic. I'd rather go hiking on a frozen continent with only our love to warm our frostbitten bodies. I am your faithful knight. Your wish is my command. Oh, my love. Oh, my darling. How about I invite my mother to come along? Harold, it's over. How about we forget the whole thing? Ah. Yeah, no, you see, your problem here was that you didn't initiate by mentioning your mother to begin with, but implored her with a great trip, and then added a mother. That's a problem, huh? Oh, that was a door. Yeah, broken in. You don't mind, do you? Good. What's up? Do you like it? I'm practicing a new laugh. Oh. How is it to cook with a smug burning stove? I can't do without it anymore. What? You've heard smug fumes are toxic? Everyone has to die for something. Plus, considering how much it cost me, I have to make good use of it now. Literally cost me my soul, I think. Not really sure, I didn't pay attention in class. Can I break into more houses? No. Ah, that was Mr. Budwell. Slowly but surely, I'm gonna go through every single house in this building. Hello? Are you praying? Oh, looking for a book. I can't seem to find my key to the library, but I'm certain I left it there. I simply must find it to continue my study of the scientific explanation for the predomination of traders in an religious system within a post-disaster society. And where has Mimi gone? Still hanging around with her friends, I suppose? Well, as long as she stays out of trouble and lets me work. Now, where is that blasted key? That's quite the research he's doing. Anyway, I gotta find the key. The key is somewhere. Oh, Mimi's got it. But if it's somewhere, it's gonna be mine! Mine. I don't think the key's in her. Nope. Anyhow. Next. Oh, is this the thing, I think? The store is closed. Okay. They just actually closed their door, like smart people. What are you doing? Let me through! I'm training. I'll need to build up strength if I want to climb Mount Alpha. That's the only way to become a disciple. Yeah, I've heard about that. Because that's the next step I have to do. Hello, who are you? You there. It's your lucky day. You just won this gem of a home. Claiming it is so simple a child could do it. A child with 10,000 gold, that is. My mother's purchase fee. So, what do you say? Sure, I don't have that money. You seem to be short, but come back when you have enough. What you're saying is I can grind and actually buy a home. Fascinating. Have you noticed there's pipes inside Genova? And they pump the smoke that provides us with energy. What is smoke composed of? I don't know. Why? Do you think it could be dangerous? Bye! McDonald's! How's this franchise been doing? Oh, it's a fine dining restaurant now. Welcome to McDonald's. We've been serving healthy gourmet food for over 100 years. My great-grandfather founded this restaurant, which fast became the best place to dine in all of Genova. He's a real legend in our family. I remember him. Hello and welcome to McDonald's. Would you like the definitely not rat from the sewers burgers? Or maybe the wok special? Or maybe the chef's quotation mark pie quotation mark? Hello. It's been months since I started saving up to ask Flora out at this restaurant. I so want to tell her how I feel, but I just can't. So I tell you instead, stranger. His face is all red. He's barely speaking. I hope he didn't eat anything too spicy. Makes him seem so delicate. It's adorable. Gotta say, once you're selected to join the elite, you've got it easy. I drink to all those morons who believe in the Great Destroyer. Without their donations, we could never afford this kind of joint. Cultists. No doubt about it. It's nice to eat something other than camp food. Luckily, I've moved up in the ranks, otherwise it'd still be digging with the other idiots. Good for them, I guess. They're getting places. Man, the food here is amazing. Me and the wife come here all the time. I like how everything's natural. Did you know all the food is guaranteed smug-free? That means it's healthy, and what's more important in life than being healthy? I feel like the one place that is the most smug-free in this area is the sewers, perhaps. Just theory. Have I been in her? I have not. This is the inn. Where I met the man with the candy. The food here is okay, but it's a small bean to compare to McDonald's best restaurant in the whole continent. I mean, sure. It's getting harder to find non-smug and rich fruits and veggies. Sure, they look pretty, they got brighter colors, but they're completely tasteless. How am I supposed to use that stuff to cook up some proper plates of food? Mine. They didn't see it. They did not see it. Hello. My daughter likes to play with her friends out in the courtyard at the inn. Can't imagine what they do out there all day. Oh, but perhaps you would like to rest for a while. Yeah, sure. I'm afraid the malicious orders are quite strict. I'm not allowed to give shelter to any foreigner unless they happen to be a disciple of the Prophet. But Hey, I'm not complaining. Please don't tell anyone I'm complaining. Please. Oh dear. You improved your reading skill. Yeah, I had a very short moment of that, like, oh, am I better at reading now? And then I know, retried. Yeah, no. Wait, hang on. I'm getting 99 reading. This is how it works, I'm fairly certain. I just see Dave reading as well up in the corner there. Okay, that should be enough. That's too loud. I'm going out. There's no one here. Dave? Do the thing. I did nothing. I did nothing. Going upstairs. You ain't stopping me. Hello. Are you trying to sleep or something? I just can't sleep with all the noise from those girls next door. Why doesn't their mother tell them to ease up a bit? Mommy! That man looks poor! Don't touch me, mister! You gotta give me your diseases! No, I can do much more than that.
Being a trader's wife isn't exactly cakewalk. True enough, we want for nothing, but my husband is away very often and compensates by bringing our girls presents. I think they'd be better off if he were around more. I can't discipline them. I think they're just too cute to punish them.
That's not a good thing. I need another sip of water. The childs continue mocking me in my existence. Are you going to say the exact same thing?
Step aside, old man. Can't you see I'm walking here?
Oh no! No. You're from the big city. Hello. You seem to be sleeping. I'll make millions of this contract. See me didn't read the fine print. Do it. Hey, Dad. Hi! All these books everywhere. I do hope the Prophet will enact a law banning them. I don't want to read. And if they exist, that means I can read. Wah! 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 I don't know what that's supposed to be. I have no idea what that bookshelf is doing, but I'm leaving it. Okay, I've been here. I have not been here. Hello, who are you? Guards? My plan's to work in the militia for a few years. After that, I'll save up and become a wealthy trader. It could happen. It's in our constitution, even. Well, very few have done it so far, except for the sons of traders, of course. But that's only natural, right? Anyway, I'll be one of the first to make it big. I just need to pull myself up from my bootstraps. Yes. I joined the militia to defend Genova, not to apprehend blasphemies. Plus, with every passing day, the definition of blasphemy gets broader. At this rate, I can't say how far we'll go. Maybe we'll end up throwing everybody in the smug. Well, wait, you throw them in the smug? The militia is being increasingly replaced with patrols of the Prophet's disciples. Oh, but I'm not a blasphemer. Just maybe it'd be better to keep things separate. Do you believe in the Great Destroyer? If you believe what the Prophet's disciples say, he's going to destroy the world. But if you ask for a precise date, they'll all get pretty vague. Maybe it won't happen for a few centuries. Maybe it will happen now. Okay, it didn't happen now, but it was close to it. Hello, children. This isn't creepy at all. Hi.
Let's double check everything first. Mimi, did you get the key? Yep, suck it. I got it. Brilliant. How about you, Ribbon? Do you have the map? Yeah, boss. I got the map. Awesome. I hereby declare Operation No Toys, but Plenty of Books has begun. Saku, I think we should come up with a better name of our operation. I think so too. How about we call it Operation Super Mimi? No! Mimi, it's not just your operation, it's all of ours. And so, might I suggest Operation Saku and her friends? No way! Why should there only be your name in our operation? Maybe because it was my idea in the first place? Well, I'm the one who stole my dad's key. If I get caught, I won't get to sit for at least 3 days. Which means I'm the one taking the biggest risk here.
Children.
Stop arguing, you two. I just want to read the books that are hidden in the library. It's so boring without any toys. So you want to call our Operation Books for Ribbon? No! You guys are so mean to me. I'm gonna cry. Ribbon! Come on now, don't throw a fit. Hey, how about we go back to our HQ to choose the name? Good idea, Mindy. Alright, everybody return to the HQ. Also, who's that man standing next to us? Hey, don't leave with the strange man! Wait for me, you guys!
Well done. I'll find him later. Hi, I've come to join the army. The old Imperial jail was abandoned since there wasn't any need for it. Oh, there's still plenty of criminals out there, mainly blasphemous, but they were too expensive to feed and house. Don't get me wrong, we're not savages, we're not going to execute them or anything. That would be way too expensive anyway. No, instead we send them into the smoke. Hope they ever come back, at least we're giving them a shot. We don't execute them, we just push them into an area where no one has ever survived. You don't look like you're from around, eh? A bit of advice? Trying to not blaspheme their disciples or certain members of the militia. Make no difference to me, but some are a bit overzealous. How do you blaspheme? Oh, there's loads of different ways, and they just seem to get more uncompromising every day. Tell you what, better yet, don't say a thing. Anyway, you don't really look like the chatty type. I haven't said a word in my entire life. Bye. One day I will learn to read minds. And then afterwards I will learn how to send my mind's mind image into others so I can actually tell them to go away. Why are you sleeping? Wake up. No, don't take... In the burrow. Okay. I won't. But I will. After a long day, members of the militia come and rest here in the old Imperial Guard room. It's funny to think that 100 years ago, during the war, soldiers actually lived here. You must have had a very skilled lieutenants to have won the war. It's funny because literally every person in this room talks shit about all the lieutenants. If the prophet has his rules, so does the militia. First rule of the militia, you do not talk about the militia. I don't think that's how it works. Second rule of the militia, you do not talk about the militia. And don't even ask about Rule 34. Everyone knows Rule 34, we don't need to ask about that. Hello! I'd rather eat here than in the tavern. This way I save up money to buy myself a meal at McDonald's every once in a while. Makes me drool just thinking about it. Fair enough. That is an investment. Good for you. Good to know that they're getting paid, I guess. Who are you? When I was young, I often came and played in the streets of Genova. But after the Great Disaster, the city became a terrible place with the traders and the profits ceasing. And the smog makes me cough, and many residents have fallen sick as well. Ever since I have cut down on trips to Genova as much as possible. I'm really trying to understand, like, how old can the average human get in this realm? Or average, yeah, it is human. They are referred to as humans, right? I think so. Because apparently the disaster is 60 years ago. Give or take. You, my friend, are at least 60. And then we have to give some, since you apparently came over trips and all that. When I gaze at this fountain, I think of the future. The prophet has revealed it to us. He alone holds the truth. Water will wash over the world, and all will be flooded. The great destroyer is already at work, but the prophet will save us. Sure he will. Sure he will. Hello! Many years ago, this was the Emperor's palace. But nowadays it's where the Council of Traders operate from. Most of the traders reside in the palace, with the exception of a few, like Mr. Mudwell, who live in town. Have you ever been to the Emperor's former palace? I mean... No? If you become a very wealthy trader one day, maybe you too can join the council. I should also see... What did he say? Oh! How did you manage that? Only the Council of Traders can access the palace. I walked in. I should probably not say that when you guys are on payroll, because you're gonna get in trouble. I have to double check. I didn't press A whilst behind her. There might be a chest. There might be a chest. There was no chest. Would have been a cruel hidden chest. Hello? No, he's sleeping. Huh? What? By lying stretched out on the ground, I can commune with the Great Destroyer. The Great Destroyer is omnipotent. He will destroy the world in order to rebuild it. You think you can hear me? Good for you. I know the library is there, but I'm still avoiding it. Hello, I have spoken to you. Sure, the Great Destroyer flattened a whole part of the continent, but that's also where we get the smoke from. As they say, all's well that ends well, right? Well, except for all the victims of the Great Disaster, of course. But then, apparently, they didn't suffer at all. Boom, gone in an instant. I mean, I don't know much about it, huh? I wasn't born yet. At least find someone who doesn't talk about it as if that was part of their life. Okay, that's McDonald's. I have been to every place now except library, in theory. Whoa! No, I can't go there. What? Look, shoot. The Imperial Library. I'm not sure what it's like now, but in my day it was known for its many documents. I bet if we go there, we'll find out plenty about this time period. They're also likely to have something on the location of the Megaliths. We'll have to find another one to get back home, seeing as the one that got us here was destroyed. This pauses. But Megaliths are quite rare, and even if we were to find one, how would we activate it? Not to mention it could end up taking us to an entirely new era. Dave? Stop being so defeatist! What else can we do besides try? I'm just being honest. Nothing we can do will change anything. My people, my son, all of them dead. Shoot, I think Dave is going to need some time to adjust. Let's try finding information as fast as we can. If Fari has completely forgotten the fact that I have been against anything she has said up to now. Again. Hi. Library access is restricted to researchers. They are the only ones with keys. Yeah, I know. Who'd want to read books anyway? Utterly pointless. This door is closed. Okay. So, now the next step is to find those children. Theory number 1. Yep. I was correct. Because, mentioned that they were playing in the courtyard. Hello, children! I've forgotten your voices already.
Huh? Who are you? What are you doing in our HQ?
I'm just passing through. I'm looking for a key. I want to help you. Operation Solid Snail? How about Operation Solid Snail?
Yeah, not bad. But I think we can come up with something better.
Okay. I'm just passing through.
Oh, okay. Well then, keep walking.
I assume I want to help you, but I'm looking for a key.
A key? What key? You think I'm an idiot or something? That? No, it's nothing. It's empty. Watch out, girls. There's a creepy guy staring at us.
The worst part is, the creepy guy isn't saying a single word. Hi. I want to help you.
Oh, really? Hear that, Mimi? He wants to help us, that creepy guy. But help us with what, exactly? Good point. Help us with what? I was just about to ask that. So, you want to help us do what exactly?
Steal books, get toys. I just need a key. I mean, probably get toys would help them, but steal books.
Steal books?
Yeah, it's get toys then.
Seriously, are you nuts? You're working for the Prophet's Secret Service or something? You really think we'll admit to something like that? Forget about it. You're too green to try and nab us.
Okay, I'll do the same thing, but this time I'm gonna ask about I just need the key. Say, you know what? I like people who are direct, who know what they want. Okay, never mind. So say you find this key of yours, like maybe in a safe or a chest or something, and maybe you use it to get into the library. And in the library, say you find, oh, I don't know, a book. In this purely hypothetical scenario, would you bring it to us? Hell nah! Yeah, sure. You promise? Yes. Trust your heart and hope to die? Yes? Like, do you promise on your life? Yes? Well, I think we'll get along just fine. Keep your promise and you'll have nothing to worry about. You got the key to the library. It opens a gateway to knowledge and maybe new problems too. Hello, child. We can trust you. I hope. Yeah, of course you can trust me, children. Anyway, I'm getting that book so I can find information about the megalith and never return. Bye! Foolish children trusting in adults. That's the last thing you're supposed to do. At least one you've never met before. You never know. This item cannot open this door. Surprisingly. Key to the library. It's a big-ass library. I feel like this is a good stopping point now. Mostly because my throat is planning on trying to take me out at this very moment. Because now we have, we need information in the library. We have access to the bows for whenever we need to go to the Cursed Isles. And we know that we're supposed to go to the Windy Valley or whatever it was called. So we have some missions to do as well, specifically. So, we have a plan. The game is running semi-smoothly. It is up and down, but it's mostly down enough compared to what it was before, where that opening animation within this timeline was, I would say, at 1% speed of what it's supposed to be. Which is problematic at best. So, next time is gonna be either Monday or Tuesday, or perhaps even both, who knows. So we at least have a plan for that. And I hope you all had a good time, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
The stream is done now for the day. The Norse house doors are closed. But look forward to another day when it all's once more unlocked.